A young boy with a damaged face wakes up in the eerie children's room. He looks around and finds the strange chair. The boy's Helge Doppler. His current self wakes up and says that he remembers everything. We see young Ulrich in jail and Ulrich of the current timelines looking at the grave of his missing brother. But we also see Mikkel looking at the picture of the strange figure that we've seen before. Jonas wakes up and then leaves a particular treehouse and then continues his mission. Ulrich goes to the morgue and asks what will happen to the body of the boy they found. The woman says that if he's unidentified, he'll be cremated and buried in an anonymous grave. He wonders if the boy could have been dead for longer than that. She says that if he had been frozen, she would have found evidence in the tissue. When he asks if 33 years is possible, she rebuffs it. Jonas arrives at school and people are dressed differently as it's in 1986 now. He then sees flyers of his uncle Mads missing again. Inside he sees a girl, who's Regina, and asks her what day it is. She says 9th of November. He then asks for the year and she calmly replies that it is 1986. As he leaves, she asks him who he's looking for. When he says that it is Michael Kanwald, she doesn't know him, but she does know the nurse Ines Kanwald. But she doesn't have children. He can find her at the hospital. A girl then pushes Regina. Egon is told to question the night watch at the plant for Matt's disappearance. When he says he's investigating his brother Ulrich for the accusation and believes Ulrich may be behind the disappearance, the supervisor says that it isn't the 50s anymore and he must have evidence, so he must listen and do his job until he retires in the coming 3 months. We then see Ulrich in the present time looking into all the files of his brother's disappearance. The warrant for searching the plant has come through. Egon arrives at the plant. Helge opens the door. Egon says that he's here for Mads' case and he wants access to the times and routes of the staff. But Helge says that he now must do his rounds. Egon asks him when he can come into office. He says overmorrow, Tuesday at 10:30. Helge says that he never saw anything and his shift ended as usual at 6. When Egon asks him if he was by car, Helge says that he went by State Road. Egon wonders why not through the forest, which is closer. But Helge says that he had to pick up something for his father. We then see Ulrich looking into Egon's journal and he reads why Helge never went through the forest road. Charlotte is at the plant with a search warrant. Alexander lets them in. We then cut back to 1986 and as Johan walks under the rain, Egon stops him, asks him if he can help him and wonders why he isn't in school. Johan says that he's going to the hospital for his arm. Egon then states he will bring him there. As Ulrich continues his search, he reads Helge Doppler's name and finds something irregular. Meanwhile at the plant, the search is ongoing for Mikkel. Ulrich calls Charlotte and tells her that her father-in-law Helge was questioned for Mads' disappearance. It is overmorrow, 33 years ago, and Helge never shows up. She refutes that he kidnapped Mads or Mikkel as he has dementia, and even during Mikkel's disappearance he was with her. But Ulrich says that Helge was found in the forest during Yasin's disappearance. She doesn't believe it, but he thinks it's connected. She then sees some tire tracks and heads towards them. In the forest, she finds more tracks and follows them too. She finds more tracks and sees a gate. Egon asks Jonas if Satanism is practiced among teenagers. Jonas doesn't think so. Charlotte climbs down the hall beyond the fence. In the cave, she finds nothing. Things have been moved. But she does see some yellow paint. Jonas asks for Ines, but he's told that she was just outside with the boy. Back at the cave, Charlotte finds a red steel door, but it has been welded. Ulrich secretly enters the elderly care and asks about the questioning he missed that day and what going through the forest means. Helge begins panicking, says that he can change the past and the future. When Ulrich asks where Mikkel is, he's dragged out. Jonas finally sees Mikkel with Ines. Suddenly, the stranger appears next to him and says how little we understand of the world. Jonas wonders if he's crazy. The man said that neither he or his father were crazy. Some things we just cannot comprehend. Mikkel will become his father, so Johan insists Ulrich is actually his grandfather Martha, his aunt. When he wants to return him, the man grabs him and tells him that if he does, he will erase his own existence as he will never be born. Ulrich believes that the boy they found in the forest is connected to it all. He wonders what Helge meant by being able to change the future in the past. Charlotte says that he's dement, but he thinks Helge is working with someone. But then see young Helge get into his car and grabs a radar bar. Katarina testifies that Ulrich didn't do it. When she's asked about her face, she says that he fell. Ulrich has been suspended. When Katarina asks him if he ever was happy with her, he says that he was. She then says that she knows about him and Hannah. As Jonas observes Mikkel, he sees him meet his mother. He then reflects upon the whole matter, looks at his father's note and then decides to leave. Ulrich speaks to his mother. She believes that Mads is still alive, but his father wanted the gravestone for closure. She then tells him that 1 week before Mads' disappearance, she witnessed in front of the house a priest arguing with a man. But then, this morning, she saw that exact same man from 33 years ago. He was someone who had been scarred on his ear. We then see the hooded man. It is Helge Doppler. Torben tells Charlotte that there is indeed a cave system running underneath their cabin. She then comes to visit the place at night. Charlotte enters the bunker and Jonas goes through the passage again. But the electricity starts acting up again in the current time and the past. Current Helge then gets up. Underneath a bench, Charlotte finds some wallpaper. Jonas exits the cave and turns back to his mother. He then sits in the attic and then burns the letter. When Ulrich comes to the elderly care, he does not find Helge there, but he sees the book Journey Through Time. In it he finds a red thread with a nickel. When he looks outside, he sees Helge leaving. He then follows him through the forest. He then leaves a message to Charlotte and tells her that Helge abducted the kids in 1986. The man enters the cave and Ulrich follows him. He grabs a lamp and then continues a path. Young Helge is seen with another dead boy. We then see a man with tattoo cleaning the floors. It is Noah. He writes on the wall the dates of November 1953.